You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live every week. Turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Now your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 267th episode of Potty Talk Live. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, seated behind the golden MVP microphone, where we're talking the business of plumbing. That's right, we're talking the business of plumbing. This ain't just a talk show, this is a teach show. And hey, we got a great teach show, and I said teach. That could sound like something. I'm feeling kind of silly tonight anyways. I better be careful. And we got the bosses in the house, so who knows what's going to happen. All right, I think we're going to have a conversation. You ain't going to want to miss it. Talking some good stuff. The boss, as in Larry Enright, Skyboss, okay, is in the house. Some good stuff, so stick around. How you doing? How you doing, sweetheart?
Doing great, honey. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Okay, we were both doing our different things today. It's finally like we're touching base here.
Well, I actually got to go out and get an eye exam.
Yeah, I was just thinking you got beautiful eyes.
Okay, well, that wasn't it.
The lovely Laura has beautiful eyes.
Right before the whole everything happened, I had my contacts just were not acting correctly. So I've been living with crappy contacts for 2 months. So I got to go get an eye exam. However, I had to be masked. The doctor had on like full hazmat suit.
Ooh,
full on.
Pretty dangerous stuff going to get your eyes checked out nowadays.
It was insanity.
All right.
But
no wonder you're looking at me funny now, because you actually you can see now.
I can actually see, and you're cuter than I thought.
Hey, baby. All right. How you doing? Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, it's good to have you on board here. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. Let us know. You know, that you're watching live, and hey, where you're watching from. All right, put that in there as well, okay? Hey, if you're watching the replay, type replay. Mm-hmm. And if you're listening to the podcast, hello, are you listening to the podcast? Mm-hmm. You know what to do. Just keep on listening. All right. Well, it's good. So what do we have going on here? Who's all here? Okay, I'm outside of my routine here. I don't know what to do. What do we? Okay,
yep,
I'm off my.
I will let you know who's all here. Let's see. Here they come.
Christopher
Cook is here. Christopher Cook.
All right.
Where are you out of, Christopher?
Let us know where you're watching from. Okay.
Good. BJ Tiarina of Route 66 Plumbing.
All right. Amarillo by morning. All right.
Which is very funny, BJ. And then Dan Conforti.
All right. Cool name.
Dan, nice name.
All right. Where are you out of, Dan? Good to have you on board. Lance Ball. All right. Aspen Mountain Plumbing. All right. It's good to see you guys.
Talk Live without him.
Yes.
Dakota is in the house.
Dakota.
TK is in the house.
TK, how you doing, man?
Frankie.
Tonight's show is going to be fire. Yes, it is.
Fire.
All right. The boss is in the house. Okay.
Yep. Frankie is in the house. Hey, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. How you doing, man?
Pedro.
All right. Another California out there.
Yep. Jackie with where'd he go? Option 1 Plumbing, which Larry may know something about that company. I'm not sure.
I think they're a decent little company.
Something.
All right.
Yep, and Kelly Knight. Everybody checking in. Everybody's great to see everybody. It's nice to be
So how's everybody's weeks going? Hey, question for you.
What?
When the boss and I were having this conversation here. Hey,
Christopher's out of New Orleans.
New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Hey, through this period of time are you experiencing record weeks in a month? Okay, or are you kind of scraping through? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what
what are you experiencing? Are you having a record-breaking month? Okay, or again, are you just scraping through? So let me know.
What have we been hearing from our clients for the most part? What?
Well, because they're our clients.
That's true,
and they're just outstanding.
Well, yeah,
they're having record weeks and record months on the whole. Okay, but we're going to talk about that. Right? Larry and I were having a conversation about that kind of stuff, and I like his take on stuff. We're on the same page. I mean, that's probably why we get along.
Props.
That's why I love Skyboss.
Oh, we just like
all right.
him. Do we love him?
Except for that Brian character.
That Brian guy.
Look out for him. All right. That's right, DW, my
Dubs
people.
In the house.
All right.
Hey, Dub.
New guy on here.
Well, Matt Carter's watching. Oh, Matt hopefully got that dig job done. He had his had to skip his appointment for today, but
But I think did I see
rescheduled. Yep, talk to
ding
Jess.
on my
We're
calendar?
good.
We're back on for Monday, or I'm on for Monday?
Yep.
Good. All
hey,
right.
Australia.
Australia.
Our mates down under.
All right, mate.
Hey, mates. Cleet, nice to have
How you guys holding up down there in Australia?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
How is Australia doing? Are they locked down? Are they... what's it like, Cleet? We'd love to know.
Right. Are there zombies anywhere around or anything going on? Okay.
BJ's sitting pretty for the month so far.
Yep. Getting
Love
it done.
it.
We know they're getting it done.
Mm-hmm. Charlie B's.
Hey,
Charlie.
All right. Record breaking.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Guys.
What we're going to find out here is that there's a theme for those that are having record breaking, weeks and months during this time,
Right.
and those that are not. Okay.
There is a theme.
TK, more calls than I can handle. I know. All right.
Frankie
April was
saying-
on fire.
Boy, all of our clients. I love hearing
That's
that.
right.
I
Well,
love
good.
it. Hey, John Graham. How's it going? Out there in Wyoming.
No.
Good to have you there.
There we go. So,
Okay.
okay.
So everybody checking in. So I think everybody's anxious to
All right,
hear from the boss and the $1 million plumber.
Well, let's get the boss on here.
Let's do it. There he is.
Don't have him waiting any longer.
Let's bring him on. Hey, Larry.
How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
We're doing
Good to see you.
good.
Hey, what?
What? We should have called each other.
I know. Right. I know.
You guys are
Looks
twinsies.
looks like we're going study or
You're
something,
so
man.
cute, you guys.
I feel like I'm in high school again. Like, hey, you should have called me. What are you
That's right. No.
You guys are going to get beat up in the
No,
playground.
I was wearing this for a purpose. No, thank you. Larry sent, this is a project of Larry's. I want you to explain to the guy, what this is all about. But Larry sent me one of these as a gift. Thank you, man. And but it's
Tell us all
pretty
about it.
cool. So what's this about? What is this?
So I call him my son-in-law or my son because he's not really married to my daughter yet. But we were talking about this job one day that he was working on. We're working on this big mobile home park, redoing all the gas mains and stuff. And he was working on it, and this is a couple of months ago. We've been working on it for months, but it started to rain. And one of the guys jumps in the trench started filling up, and he jumped in there, pulled the pipe up, and kind of held it up until they can get it capped off. And just for some weird reason, I said, could you imagine if that line? There's a 4-inch gas main that's going through this park. I said, could you imagine for a second, like if that gas line got full of water, like what it would take for us to get all that water out of that thing? I mean, it's like 7,000 feet of pipe that we're doing. And he goes, yeah, we're the thin brown line.
No.
And I went, wait a minute. So that's kind of how it started. And I went, I think you're onto something. And he's like, yeah, we're the thin brown line. So, you hear it with, fire and police and all that stuff. And it's like, and it's not to take away from any of that stuff, but it's like, wait a minute, what's out there to bring us as a brotherhood, whether it's plumbing or HVAC or whatever. I mean, I speak plumbing because I'm in the plumbing business, but, so we started talking about that for a minute, and I'm like, man, I think we should do something for the industry. I think we should put something together that people can buy, be proud of, because when people look at our industry, I mean, like we don't have a lot of people coming into it, the new generation, so it's kind of looked down upon, so to speak, kind of shit on, basically. Right. That's where the brown line came from. So we just started talking about it. It was like, you know what? I think we should put this together. Let's sell, clothing, hats, beanies, all bracelets, stickers. We have all kinds of stuff. And I said, let's put this together, and we'll take all the proceeds from this, and we'll give back to the industry, whether it's through tools and raffles and which maybe we could do a raffle once a month on your show as well, whether it's a tool or something like that, and just kind of give back. Bring support or sponsor people that want to go to trade schools, and just if we all get on this bandwagon together, we can give as much as we can back, and now we can bring people into the industry and support our schools and stuff that are our trade schools that are teaching this. So just all in all, it's not nothing, not to make a profit or whatever. I just want to give it all back to the community that served me so well and has been really, really good to me.
Well, I love it, man. I love it. It's a cool shirt. Already getting comments about, cool shirt and where can I get a shirt? Which BJ, that's a great question.
That is a great
question.
question.
So how can we pick up the gear, the thin brown line gear?
So you could go to thethinbrownline.com. So that's
There we
that's
go.
where we at.
Okay.
Hopefully, I thought we would have had a link there. I don't know. Maybe
I know we'll
get it.
throw a link
we'll
or
get
something
it.
up there.
I'll get it.
Okay, if we get but they can go that way, and then also, I know that we like to track it if it happens to be a Potty Talk live viewer or that kind of a thing as well. So, but we'll get it up there. So
we also have a Facebook page and Instagram and all that. So if you would, follow us on there. Of course, this is the first time that we've talked about this is, here on your show. So we haven't talked about it much. A few people know about it, but not very much. So we want to get it out there. So I'm sure everybody will start hearing more about this. And then, once you get your gear, we have a couple people that have already that kind of knew about it. So, and they're posting, pictures of their jobs and things like that on there. Like we are part, like if I wasn't here to do this job, because we technically, with a lot of people didn't know, and I didn't really know when he first said the thin brown line, I went, okay, I kind of know what that is, with the blue line and the red line, that type thing. But we looked it up, and like the blue line, with police, like that's the most common one that people are familiar with. They're the thin blue line between order and chaos with people. Yes. So we're the thin brown line between order and chaos with infrastructure. Yeah. If there was no plumbers, no HVAC, no electricians, no roofers, things would just go to shit.
That's right.
However you want to put it. Right. So So I just think all the proceeds will go to a good cause. Just know that.
There we go, guys.
Awesome. Love it.
So all right, get a cool shirt, get the cool hat, cool gear. There's other stuff. I saw the other stuff there, and it goes to help. It's all going for good cause for our industry, for the trades.
Yep.
All right, help out there, and so jump on the bandwagon here. All right, let's be proud of it. Get on it. Okay, so there we go. All right, love it. So Larry, we were talking. So tonight we thought we were just going to have the conversation. I thought we would just extend a conversation we had the other day, and we were kind of talking about other stuff, but we wound up talking about through this period of time how I'm especially seeing with my clients and on the MDP side of things that I see that we actually have a lot of companies that are having record weeks and record month. Okay, now we're getting into two months. So already on track for May being a record month already. Okay, and so we have some doing very well, and then I've noticed there are some that are struggling through this time, which would kind of make sense based on what it's kind of been stressful times, right? But what I'd like for you to share, what your thoughts on that. I know that we talked a little bit about it, but let's finish our conversation.
Okay. So I actually, for those that don't know me, that are watching, I own several companies in different states. And I actually experienced both ends of the spectrum. One, like here in California, was one result. And as an example, Wyoming was a different result. Wyoming is our location there is a very rich and or I should say wealthy and more resort kind of town, and the whole entire town shut down. So we literally went to like nothing, but we kept all the guys on board. We stayed the course, and we just said, let's just keep plugging away, letting people know that we're here. And so in that one, we were slow or pretty much dead for about a week or two when everything kind of cut loose. But we stayed the course. And as soon as it came back, matter of fact, I just got back from there. I was there all last week to help them get things done. And I, brought a couple guys with me. But we once it kind of calmed down to a certain point, it just, now we're busy as hell. And I believe John's on here as well. And so they're super, super busy. So he can attest to that. Our California location, we never skipped a beat. As soon as we saw this coming, I went and bought all the masks and all the stuff before they were sold out. We bought the full suits, and just in case for those, clients that want that. Yeah. And we actually changed our outgoing message in our when we dispatch from Skyboss, we send a message to the customer. So we change the message to say, if this is what you're requesting, please respond to it. Let us know that you want our guys fully suited, and we'll make sure we relay that message to him when he arrives. So when they get there, they knew whether to suit up or not. Or, I mean, we always wore the face mask just because it was kind of the thing that we had to do here once we went to a client's home. But if they wanted full suit, we were ready. And I wind up sending them to our other locations, because I ordered 500 as soon as this thing cut loose. I was like, we better get this, be on the ball. So the other thing that I did for our California location is we started going through and calling every single one of our customers, and not to to let them know that we were still open, for one, and then to see if they needed anything, because people were freaked out about going to the store and whatever. It was like, do you need anything? I have a whole team of people, because things kind of slowed down a little bit. I've got a whole team of people that I'm not laying off. I'm keeping them on staff. They have nothing to do right now because things are kind of a little wishy-washy. Crazy. So do you need anything? We'll go pick it up for you. And I mean, we delivered dog food and water and toilet, all kinds of different stuff. Wow. And we didn't charge our clients. We did it for our clients. So what happened was they started going on, all Facebook and telling their friends and things like that. And it was a matter of days, maybe 3 to 5 days, that it was a little sluggish. And then all of a sudden, boom, it just went right back to normal. And as a matter of fact, about 3 weeks ago, we had our record month ever.
Wow.
Through this period of time. And what I love, Larry, just through that, I love the nugget there, guys, that I want you to hear was this proactiveness. So awesome. Okay, this proactiveness. You just with all the fear and the stuff that was happening. I'm just going to put it in my own words, Larry. I didn't hear you go, oh my Lord, things are going to go crazy. What's going to happen? What are we going to do? What he did is he went and got the mask. I mean, even whether you agree or disagree, you do it for the business. This is coming. Okay, I'm going to get there before everyone else gets there. Get all the stuff and prep my guys. Okay, and be ready for whatever hits the fan. All right, we got to be ready. And so there's this attitude of adapting. Right, we're going to take the hill no matter what. We're going to take the hill. And I love it. And Larry, that's the key that I see with certainly with the ones that my clients, private clients that we work more closely with. The ones that are having the record weeks and record month have that attitude of just, I'm going through. We're going to keep moving forward. Through. And the ones that are kind of struggling a little bit maybe got caught up in the fear. And so when things did come down and everything's kind of scary, they kind of got a little scared too. They let the fear get the best of them a little bit. Right. Is that, do you feel that's maybe what happened, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, 100%. When things happen, most people, kind of, they react instead of being proactive. So like, I kind of look at, what's going on in the environment in general. If I see something, like, I instantly went to work, and it was like, head down, this is where we're going. I don't care what's being said on the news. I mean, and I don't even watch the news, but I started watching the news on both sides, the different networks, different, agendas, whatever, just to see what the people were being told, so I can be proactive on how I'm going to approach things. So I was driving Jody absolutely crazy. She's like, could you just
turn it off?
Because we don't watch the news, I just don't in general, just depressing. So, so we just got really proactive, and that was it. It kind of go like what we were talking about the other day. It's like, you can learn things or educate yourself and just freeze, paralysis by analysis, right?
Exactly.
So you freeze up and do nothing and just say, you know what, I'm going to wait it out and see what happens. A lot of people did that. Some people just closed their doors like altogether and said, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, I think you could put some things into play. I think Brian kind of hit that microphone or that camera.
With the camera.
I tell you, Brian, he's trouble.
He's trying to be all artsy is what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there he is. Okay. He rolled into it for a second. But yeah, we I don't even know where I was at. Are we good? Okay.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, where people, you got it when things hit, and I think this is a good business lesson, because these kind of economic things, certainly this is, it's very possible that this is probably the worst, certainly a health kind of crisis in extreme in my lifetime that I've experienced.
No
but it was extreme in 2000. It was extreme in 2008 and 9. You know, things happen in business. And so to be successful with your plumbing business, you got to adapt with these things and look at it. Okay, how can I make opportunity out of this? What can I do to work through this, around this, under it, over it? What do I got to do to keep moving forward instead of letting the
fear
the fear hit us? And Larry, I use the example with my guys, and this is, I don't like to. This may be in a kind of a bad analogy, but the movie Gladiator. I don't know if you've seen the movie Gladiator. It's a guy movie. I like that movie. And they're in that scene. There's a scene where they're all getting ready to go into the first ring, all get ready to fight. And the one guy is literally, pissing his pants, his loincloth, well, and, and the main character looks at that and kind of steps away from that. Well, it's really the character is stepping away from the fear, because everyone's afraid. All business owners are uncomfortable at a minimum and a little nervous and fearful of what's going on here. It's a scary thing. But those that can continue forward, can think through the process, just like I love what you said about watching both sides, and what's the government's telling my customers,
right?
And so how am I going to how do I make my business adapt to what my customers are being told? Okay,
right.
And move forward instead of letting the fear just grip you and wind up just
paralyzing you.
Right.
I think that's the best word.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that you mentioned like the 2007, 2008, like that type stuff, right? So this here is going to be a really, really good lesson for a lot of people of what happened. And I look at it as a lesson, right? So those who survive through this whole thing and come out strong are the ones that, adapt it, or they had a healthy business already. So, you get these guys that go, oh, you're charging too much or whatever. It's like, you got to have a healthy business to be able to weather some of these storms. We're going to hit them. They're going to come.
They're going to happen.
Oh, that's good, Larry.
If your business is healthy and you're on top of your game when things are, kind of try to look, I always look out like 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, that type of thing. And if you're always looking at that future of what's happening, this was a surprise for a lot of people, but I think it's a great lesson. I mean, it didn't affect me at all. It kept me on my toes. So if you were that person that was on your toes or putting things in place to make your business healthy, then you deserve what you get. I mean, and that's sad to say, but that's what it is.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's a great point, Larry. I love it. I have a saying, with my crews, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And sadly, most plumbing business owners are looking for this comfort. Just enough work, just enough around the guys, just
right.
Everything being just right. And it just don't work that way.
No such thing.
Okay. And if it's like with anything, working out or, I can't think, it kind of escaped me, but the examples of, if you're just looking for comfort, your body doesn't get used to what it takes in the rough times. And so when the rough times hit, if you're not used to flying in rough weather, or sailing in rough seas, the rough weather and the rough seas are going to happen.
Yep.
And so
nothing you can do about it.
Right.
I have a question, Larry. How did you handle your office staff at not only Skyboss, but also the plumbing companies during this time? What's going on there?
Yeah, so we did with Skyboss. Everybody worked remotely, which Brian kind of had. He took care of all that, and they all logged in from their homes, and they were all on monitor where we could see everybody working, so that we had a little bit of accountability for that. So that worked out really well. With Skyboss now, so we run Skyboss and our plumbing company in the same office. So all the Skyboss people were gone, so we just spread the plumbing company. We spread them out a little bit, gave them a little distancing, and I was up front with everybody and just say, are you comfortable with being here? We had like our dispatcher work from home, so we had a few people that worked from home for a little bit, for a few weeks. But most of the people here, they were real comfortable. They're like, no, I think we're fine. Let's just go with it. And and this all goes back to whoever's leading the team too. So if you're fearful and all that, they're gonna follow that. I wasn't really all that fearful of this whole thing, and that's a whole different subject. But like me myself, I haven't worn a mask from day one. I'm just not fearful of it. So, maybe they pick up on some of that stuff. I don't know.
Yes.
But if they were uncomfortable, I let them be uncomfortable. That's fine. Let's figure out what you want to do. And the ones that weren't, let's go, come to work. But yeah, everybody, we stayed right on track. There was not very many hiccups at all.
And that key was leadership, guys.
That's
Another nugget that
exactly
Larry just dropped there.
Give Larry some love bombs on that one.
Because that was key. Yeah, definitely some love bombs.
Definitely.
Because it's the leadership on how you lead. So if you're all upset with what's going on,
wringing your hands,
talking, we were talking about, I did have the one program here we were talking about. In fact, we canceled you. We had a conversation about that. I blew your schedule up, and I'm sorry because I just had to go on record on my rant. Okay,
that was the rant
just
of
so
all
I could
rants.
go on and just so I could say this is where I stand, so I know that I said something. Because the reason is I knew that I was going to back off because of my role as a performance coach and working with my clients. I just don't want to get my guys all fearful, and keep of stuff they're already aware of. The same goes for your guys, like for your business, for you to go in there and talk in politics, which I'm probably sure you don't do, even though you have a political mind, but you're not saying this is crap or I believe this or, oh, we got to watch out.
What's going to happen?
And be all, because that just gets your crew all worked up. And a leader can't get your crew all worked up. The general can't tell his guys, you're all going to die before they go on the battlefield. You just can't do that. Right. And so,
that's right.
Hey, Jenny wants to come and stay. She said, "Can I come stay with you guys? Something with you guys. Me are mandated. I don't. Okay, what masks? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, masks. Masks are mandated. Yeah.
Because Jenny. I forget where. I know she's in a socialist state. I don't remember what it is though. And then Jackie, I think you paid her to say, well, no, not really.
What?
We followed our leader, Larry Enright, have come into our Option 1 Skyboss office every day. You've got a great crew there, Larry.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I actually did pay Jackie today, and but it wasn't for that comment. So we have a thing here called Wacky Wednesday. And so they come in, they can do wacky clothes, wacky hair, wacky makeup, whatever. I think we posted some stuff on our, our plumbing thing. But yeah, and Jackie actually won. So she won. Actually, she tied with another guy that we had, which is our dispatcher, our kind of dispatch sales. And so they each won $50 today.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
All right.
What did she wear that was wacky?
Yeah. What was that?
So she just had a whole everything. Her hair, her makeup, her clothes, everything was wacky, and she had a big sign that said "Wacky Jackie" because her name's Jackie.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, that's pretty good. But then our dispatcher guy, this guy went to the point where he had makeup and all, makeup on and all. I was like, okay, he's doing it. So we had a hard time seeing who was going to be the winner on that. But so they tied up. But she won some money today. So
yes, Jenny's Long Island.
Yeah.
Jenny, get out.
Right.
Hurry. Run, Jenny, run.
Another thing I love here that Larry just laid out there is culture. Culture is so important through this time. So through these rough waters that certainly we are in as not only just our businesses, but as people, it's stressful. In fact, I don't know if I should say this, but I feel like the lovely Laura and I are doing more marriage counseling in the businesses than we are doing business.
It's so true.
Which I think I think we're making it okay. But
I like you
we may
still.
need to talk with Larry and Jody after the program here because they can give us some counseling.
I still like you.
But the culture is so important for your plumbing business. And as you can hear, Larry, that's one thing I love about your operations, and I think that's one thing that makes Skyboss such a great a great program is just the culture of just actually really caring. It's more than just software. And I know that you run your plumbing business is more than just, it's not just plumbing, but it's family. And so certainly having
and industry,
right,
and promoting the industry,
and so it is so important. And so I did mention Skyboss, which I think is another key for those companies that are having record weeks and months. Is that quite frankly they're using Skyboss because it makes it easier to serve these customers in these difficult times.
Right.
Okay, and I guess I'm doing some Skyboss pushing, if you don't mind, Larry, because I just love it. I think it's key.
I don't think Larry's going to say, Richard, stop.
Because guys, it's also important to make your customer feel comfortable. All right, your customer, when you're holding a tablet, all right, and you have the options there, and it's all pretty, right, and all laid out there for you. That makes you look professional, which makes the customer feel comfortable. And especially during these times, it's so important to make the customer feel comfortable, because not only are they uncomfortable during normal times for having to call the plumber, having you in their house.
Right.
These are just weird times. So anything you can do to make the customer feel more comfortable is a win. So,
Yes.
so yeah, Skyboss. There. Okay, you put that through. Yeah, get a
got
free Skyboss demo.
Type Skyboss
Okay.
in the comments or go to.
Okay.
Oh,
Go
you're
to
gonna do it.
themilliondollarplumber.com/Skyboss. Okay. That's my plug, Larry. I know. Right, okay.
Well, that's funny that you kind of mentioned that. We did notice a little bit of a slowdown in our call count, but it was like, okay, guys, we need to dig deep. We got to squeeze the lemon on every call, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So we went really heavy on, options and stuff like that. And we found that there was people spending, our average ticket actually went up during this whole thing, but we had less calls. So it just worked. So it was like, wait a minute, if we're doing this, like, this was like do or die, right? We got to do something. The call counts down, whatever. And then it turns out that people are spending more money than before just based on the way that we're presenting something. And that's all done, of course, through the system. So yeah, it worked out great. So it was like, okay, we need to keep this ball, rolling here. So yeah,
rolling.
Keep that pony
Keep
rolling.
Skyboss rolling. All right. So definitely, yeah, check it out. I guess we just saw someone just signed up with you. Ricky, did I get that right?
Let's
Ricky
see,
just signed up.
Ricky Henson
guys,
Jr.
yeah, I'm a
said-
Skyboss fan. Not only because it's if you're looking to be a professional plumbing organization, you need to get off the pen and paper and that kind of stuff. Makes it easier on your guys to makes your guys look more professional in front of the customer. It makes the customer feel more comfortable. But as you can tell, I got a man crush on Larry and his team. They're just, you can get a feel for the culture here. It's all about people, and it's all about your plumbing business, and you just aren't going to find that elsewhere. I'll just be
Nowhere
blunt.
else.
Okay, so no, we love it.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Tim
Tim says
loves
love
it
it.
too.
All right.
All right.
So good,
that
good,
it?
Larry. Hey, it was good.
Any other words of wisdom,
Yeah,
Larry? As
drop us
the-
another nugget of gold here.
As the
I got you
plumbing
on here.
business owner, right?
Yeah.
Talking to these guys.
We're
during
talking
this
to these young
weird
businesses.
time.
What say you?
What you got?
So I experienced this, and you may experience it as well, being a coach and so forth. But there's some people that consume information, so they'll learn. I do a lot of one-on-one with our clients, just as well as you guys do, right? But we show them, we teach them, and they never implement. So I would say if they're the best piece of advice that I can ever give somebody. I mean, even like when I've read thousands of books, but when I read a book, I highlight it, I stop, I implement. I read it, and then I go back and I read another chapter. If I find something that's good in that book, I don't read the whole damn book. I would stop right there, implement, test it, score it, see what's going on, come back, finish reading. And so those of you that are constantly consuming information, just find that one little thing, or having a coach or having software or whatever, information in general. But if somebody's guiding you in a direction, try it on and see if it works. If it does, do more of it. If it's not, then do less, but do something. It's all about the action.
Amen.
That's
I love it, guys.
Forward.
That's a whole gold mine right there. I see that too, Larry. It's one of the when I can say frustrating things. It's probably the saddest thing that I face, and I heard it best explained. I think it was Mark Cuban that would use this term. Many guys want to be entrepreneurs, but there's more wantrepreneurs. So it's a way of doing it, and it's so they just go from shiny thing or
Shiny bubble.
This guy or that guy, this system, that system. You gotta implement. You gotta get on the. You gotta do
Pick
it.
one.
And
Pick a
just stop.
lane.
Again, standing there, scared and not making a move. And I can tell you, Larry, I see that with my clients. And you did this. One of the greatest. I love the example you get when you went. You went and bought just like 4 new trucks back in the day before you even had guys in the trucks. That's what winners do. That's what it takes. And we say, well, it was different in California, or it was different for him because he was a millionaire. No, he wasn't. He was broke and making his way just like I was and these other guys that are doing it. But it's taking those steps. I'm just going to I just saw TK.
Yes,
TK is one of my clients.
TK is.
And they're pushing it. He's in the Cincinnati area. He's working at it. Yeah, he's on the Skyboss train. Just went out and bought a new truck before he has a guy. I mean, before he has a guy. And he's, but
plant that seed.
But just get it. You're just moving forward. He's moving forward. He's pushing forard.
Yep.
And that's the difference.
That's how winning is done.
Right. And then before you know it, you're the boss. You're Skyboss. You got plumbing companies all over the place.
That's right.
Right.
You can build a house where tarantulas come in.
Yeah.
Many of those.
No, that's why we'll never go and visit them. So
All right.
you guys will have to come visit us, Larry, when we're down in Florida. There's no tarantulas in Florida.
I hear they just have big. You come down. I hear they have big roaches or something down there.
They've got what?
Big roaches? I don't know.
What?
Big bugs? Don't they have big bugs?
I don't care. As long as
I don't care. As long as
tarantulas.
there's sunshine. No tarantulas. Okay.
Right.
All right, brother.
Larry,
Hey, tell the lovely Jody we said hi.
please do.
I will.
And
love
tell Brian
her.
to get back to work. Stop messing around.
Okay, just so we know, everybody, Brian is the absolute brains of the operation. Are we right? Or are we right?
We love Brian.
We love
right.
Brian. He's the
I
best.
think we were on a meeting last night. It was close to midnight, Brian. Yep. He said, yep.
Yep.
So
Oh.
yeah, Brian's been my right hand man for many years. So, and he's right by my side, and I really appreciate everything he does. I actually couldn't do it with all the people that I have. I just love my team, the whole team in general. So
They're all great.
They are great.
Yeah.
All right.
So fun.
Get yourself some Skyboss, gang.
Get
all
some
right.
Skyboss.
All right, Larry.
today.
Thanks again, brother. Good seeing you, man.
thank you very much. I appreciate everying you guys do.
Hey,
Thanks,
we appreciate
Larry.
everything you do,
Thanks
man.
for the shirt.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, you got it.
I'll make this look
Have a
good.
good
All right.
You too. Bye, Larry.
Take care, man. All right,
Bye-bye.
there you have it. All right, Mr. Larry Enright,
Larry Enright.
Skyboss. Hey, guys, go back and listen to some of the stuff he said. There's just this is wisdom, guys.
Wisdom.
For those of you looking, look, these aren't unique times. I guess some of what's happening, the whole COVID thing, and blah blah blah, all that.
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah,
but what affects your business and what it takes to be successful, the playing field could be changed. They change the rules up. They change.
Adapt.
Customers have different concerns, and so you got to change things up. And employees have different concerns, and you got to adapt to that.
Right.
And those that adapt and continue to move forward succeed. It really is that simple, but it's not necessarily easy to adapt.
But you just got to do it.
Right.
Just got to do it.
The
The other thing you got to do is get notified when Potty Talk Live goes live.
love the Lord. Get us a plug in there.
Somewhere on your screen, it should say something about get notifications, or you can click on your device, and then there's 3 little dots on the upper right-hand corner.
Yep.
Notification right there. Don't ever miss an episode of Potty Talk
Never.
Live.
We got to
Why
stick
would you do
together.
that?
We got to stick together.
We do.
That's why you also support the cause here. All right, let's support the industry. So get your some thin brown line gear. There we go.
Thin
all right,
brown line.
It's
Thin brown line. I know.
Thin brown line. It's cool.
It
all
is
right.
very cool.
I love how see that's an entrepreneur too. I know a lot of you guys think this way too. Notice how he
just
picked
can't
up on
stop
something and said,
creating businesses.
right. And hey, this could help our industry, and he moved on it.
Right. I'll just create another business.
Right. It's so
Right.
cool. That's how it happens. All right. Okay.
That
hey,
is.
and I want to help you. That's what this is all about.
What?
Okay. If you want to hear more about what it takes to be successful, how to have a successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business. All right.
And
You
it's
can
all
learn.
frozen there.
You
Okay.
can learn the
Yeah,
ropes.
there he is,
all right.
boss.
In the $1 Million Plumber Business Success Academy, where I teach you the business of plumbing. I think even Larry has a class in there.
He does.
Okay. All right. But everything you need to know, how to figure your right pricing, flat rate pricing, the right kind of marketing, the branding, all that kind of stuff. It's all in
that
there.
kind of
How to find great guys. Okay. So check it out. And you can try it out for free, 14-day free trial. I'll make it easy on you. No risk. Don't be
easy.
scared. Okay. Move forward. Okay. Move forward. All right.
Good.
Simply type success in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success. And get started. All right. That was a good one. I
was a
love
good
when
one.
Larry's on.
It's always fun.
Okay. Hey, it was great
Skyboss.
spending time with you. Hope you had a great time. If you like what you heard here, please share it.
Yes, please.
And as always, I want to remind you that you were purposely and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things.
Oh,
So plumb like a champion.
bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now.
Just do it.
To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, turn notifications on now and join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.